to Good Morning LALALAND. I'm Dr. Erin.
Hi, I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jez Moyer. This is Good Morning LALALAND, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Now also available on Apple TV and Roku. Good Morning LALALAND.
Right. I'm so excited for the show today, you guys. It's all about Transformation Tuesday, and we are talking about awakening. So we've got, we're going to learn the secrets of life through yoga. We're going to talk with one country singer about Awake, her new EP, and we're also going to talk about we woke up, like breaking through the filters of social media. I can't wait to talk about that one, right?
I love it, yeah. Still waking up, having my coffee here.
I can't wake up soon enough on #Transformation Tuesday. I want to welcome to the show two very special guests of ours. Good morning. We have Francesco Mastalia in the house. Good morning, Francesco. It's so nice to have you here this morning.
Happy to be here.
And hello, Elaine.
Hi.
Did you wake up this way?
I did, with all my rainbow eyeshadow, obviously.
Oh, thank you so much for being here today on the launch of your new viral campaign.
I'm so excited. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit about it.
So today I am launching a viral movement about embracing the realness back to social media, because I feel like everyone posts the most perfect photos of their lives always, and I wanted to have a moment where we post something real, and to me that is the most imperfect photo of yourself of waking up in the morning, which I was a little bit scared about posting a photo without eyeliner, which I just did. And I wanted to start a conversation on social media about how we all do show these perfect moments of our lives, the events we go to, the vacations we travel to, and a moment where we compare ourselves to each other through these photos. And I wanted us to have like a unity, to feel real, and these imperfect photos of us waking up in the morning kind of is going to bring that together. And I've asked bloggers, mothers, fathers, students, doctors to post today, starting today. It's going to go on for weeks about this photo. You tag 3 of your friends to take on the challenge next, because no one wants to post a photo of them waking up in the morning. And I have Lady Gaga's Born This Way Foundation involved as a charity partner we are promoting with to donate money to if you want to not post a photo, which you should, but also it's about mental wellness. So we're trying to promote the whole mental wellness around the world and bringing people together.
Oh,
Wow.
Love your energy. How long have you been up?
I've had 0 coffee today either. So.
You know,
Incredible.
It's absolutely timely, because Francesco has photographed some of the most awake, woke souls that there are in yoga. It's really interesting, the correlation between that. Francesco, I'm wondering though, how do you start your day? What's your morning routine like?
Typically, I wake up around 5:30 in the morning, and first thing I start is with a glass of water. And then I have my little combination of lemon water and turmeric and cayenne and what else? Apple cider vinegar. And then I meditate for 15 minutes. And then I have my bulletproof coffee, and I have a yoga practice in the morning. So I typically will either practice yoga one day for an hour, or I go to the gym. So that's how I start my day.
Wow.
So LALALAND, right? Bulletproof coffee, yoga, green drink. It's all like, there's a common theme going here around LALALAND,
discipline.
Right?
The awakened soul, Transformation Tuesday. I'm soaking up this knowledge right now. Well, thank you both so much for being here. We're excited to talk to you more later in the show.
So excited. I'm a little bit nervous for the campaign, I gotta say. I just finally started getting professional pictures for my Instagram, so now I gotta like take it all off and get real again. So
I'm definitely glad that I'm going to accept this challenge with my new spray tan therapy. Bronze by Brit LA has been an absolute godsend to me. So thank you so much for transforming the way I feel about myself. They say if you can't tone it, tan it. So I'm trying to do both. I'm trying to tone it and tan it, and then really feel better about myself.
You are toned and tan.
You are looking amazing.
I'm working really hard for it. Fit with Ryan's been working with me at the Equinox in West Hollywood, and I tell you what though, I have never felt stronger.
You look amazing.
You do
Thank
look
you.
amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. I almost have muscle. You guys, you see that
amazing,
happening?
honestly.
I'm transforming in front of your very eyes.
Perfect day for it, Tuesday.
Right?
Well, yeah, except I'm still working on the soul part, so you know it's good that we're having the conversation with Francesco.
It's good. So what are you up to today, Rob?
Boy, clients, work, the show. Looking forward to the guests.
Yeah.
What about you?
It's another day. I'm actually headed down to Venice. I'm going down to the Secret Sisters, what's it called? Secret Sisters Society, that's what it's called. Okay, so there's like a theme going on right now in my life. It seems like all the women are desiring to get together for events, for dinners, for whatever. They're like dying to grow and be bosses or whatever it is that they're trying to be, but evolve, grow, and and just get together as girls. Like, it's
Yeah.
amazing. And in fact, I have an announcement. We're doing, I know you guys knew I did this self-love lessons with Love Made Me Do It last month down at Origami, down at Row downtown LA. And we are officially launching a once a month self-love lesson. So it will be the first Tuesday of every month. However, in July, we're doing it, I believe it's the 17th. You can DM me, get involved. Tickets will be very inexpensive. We want it to be just open for all women and just having a space to have transformation around self-love. So important. I knew it was probably has been my biggest challenge in this life is self-love. And so hence, I'm honored to be the headliner of that, if you will.
I love
Yeah.
that, and there's not a better epitome of that than you, Erin.
Oh,
Really,
thanks.
yeah, awesome.
Thanks. So excited.
Oh, Erin, I'll be expecting my invitation.
You're definitely coming, girl. You're definitely coming.
I'm
for
very
sure.
excited about that. There's some amazing things that have been happening in and around LA about transformation, about self-love, and entertainment. So today in Long Beach, there's actually a free movie on the beach. I'm really excited about it at Alfredo's Beach Club. And they're playing The Sandlot right on the sand.
Really? Oh, that's cool.
How fun is that,
That's super
right?
cool. I love that. You've always got your finger on the pulse of LA.
Oh,
Justin.
I
does,
do.
for sure.
And
Absolutely.
Now I'm going to be a secret sister. Self-lover.
You got to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
but I'm really
yeah.
excited. It's so cool. The show is so amazing because there's like a divine thing that happens. In all shows, there's always like some kind of common theme around it. But today, especially, there's this theme around awakening and woke. I mean, think about it. We've got someone who's a master of photography in the realm of awakening through yoga, the secret of life. We've got, you know, a gal who's singing an EP called Awake, and then we have breaking through the filters of social media. I mean, woke up like this. That's incredible. I'm so impressed by Spirit. Good job.
Gotta stay woke, kid. Gotta stay woke.
That's right.
Gotta stay woke.
Right, so let's take a break. When we come back, we're actually going to talk a little bit about yoga, the practice of yoga, before we go back to the studio to have the interview. So stay tuned, you guys. We'll be right back.
I'm Jessamine Moye, co-host of Good Morning LaLaLand with my associate producer,
Victoria Simone.
and we are coming to you live from Bel Air, absolutely La La Land.
Yes, speaking of La La Land, who was on Good Morning La La Land?
This week was incredible. We got motivated by Natalie Ellis.
Yes, the OG boss babe.
And we perfected our tribe with Lori Harder. She's got a great new book
Called A Tribe Called Bliss,
We talked to a great lifestyle and dating coach, Miss Therese Germain.
founder of The Compass.
We also had on Stephen Barber. He
Yes.
is the founder of Vanilla Sky Productions.
Yes, and former military man.
We also featured Miss Sally Cologne.
Yes, she's a female director, producer, and documentarian, and a member of the Focus TV family.
We also had an incredible psychic reading with a world-renowned intuitive psychic, Rebecca Fearing.
Yes.
And we chose love with Seb Debo.
We also learned to let it go with our girl Shafali in the house. Let's look at a clip of her singing.
Emoji.
You were my sky, I was your prize. Was she worth the ride? Yeah. All this time, thought you were mine, mine. Yeah. I've been telling myself what I already know. Yeah. Already know. Yeah. Something about you got me so twisted. We could have ruled the world, baby, admit it. 'Cause baby, you know I'm yours. Baby, you know I'm yours. It's hard to let you go, yeah.
What? Love that song.
That girl can sing.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in to This Week in La La Land.
It's gonna be a good morning, La La Land.
I mean, clearly. Bye, guys.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We're so excited to be having a conversation around Transformation Tuesday today. We want to welcome to our show two very, very special guests. We have Francisco Mistal in the house, as well as I Am Fashion Lane. Good morning.
Good morning.
So, in honor of Transformation Tuesday, I'm wondering, what is one key thing you do to transform your day? If you're not really having these good, positive vibes, what do you do to transform that? Elaine, I'd love to start with you.
So I always start off my morning kind of doing a little, like, not meditation, but just like a moment for myself and just like regrouping, because throughout the rest of the day I'm on my phone, I'm running around, I have a million things on my mind. So the way that I transform is I wake up in the morning and like give myself a moment and get my thoughts together and really just take in the day and appreciate it and then move forward.
Love that. Francesca, what about you?
Yeah, it's the same. It's very simple. It's just giving gratitude that I'm breathing. I get to experience life today. And the rest, you know, which our mind starts to come into play, it starts to play games with us, and I just give gratitude that I'm breathing, to be honest. And I get to walk the earth today and get to experience everything that comes into my life.
Beautiful. I get to expect the unexpected.
Right?
Well, thank you for sharing your light and your love and transformation today. We're excited to talk to you more later in the show.
Right. So I want to talk about yoga because I think that in America, it's one of the fastest growing industries we have, and it's one of the fastest ways that people awaken, if you will. So there's a study, and I don't think they have any new ones. If anyone's out there and they have some new studies and stats on it, please send us our way. But in 2016, Yoga America said that 36 million people in America practice yoga, and they say that half of Americans actually think they want to practice it in the future. So it's a huge, huge industry. So I thought we would just kind of talk about what is yoga.
Let's dive deep, Erin. Let's
Right,
dive deep.
What is yoga? Okay, so yoga to me is a really hot studio, like we're talking 103 degrees.
Comfortably hot, right?
Like sweating more than I've ever sweated my entire life for an hour, drenched with a bunch of other women in leggings. That's yoga.
That's awesome.
What's yoga to you, Rob?
Yeah.
Let's see. So before, like I was on the path, so to speak, it was beautiful women. Honestly, yoga pants. That's what it was. That's all I knew. You know, and it was probably something I wasn't going to do. And then, but now I'd say the way I feel is it's preparation for meditation. You know, and so I think that's one of the reasons it spread so quickly in the West, because we tend to be so analytical. We're thinkers, we're doers, and
yeah, but Rob, people want to know: are you really standing in tree pose? Are you practicing yoga?
I do yoga, but I haven't done it consistently lately. But I used to do it all the time. I was actually a resident life coach at my Atlantic Center in Miami.
Wow.
And yes, and Kino runs that center. She's like the youngest female Ashtanga master ever, and so I was sort of learning from her, but I need to kind of probably get back to it. But for me, it's the meditation, I think, more than anything else. That's my real practice.
Right,
Yeah.
so true.
What about you, Erin?
You know, for me, yoga, I thought for years I didn't do yoga. I said, oh, it's not for me, blah, blah. Meanwhile, I've been meditating for like 19 years. And when I actually started going into Kundalini yoga and really diving deep into it, it's my favorite thing to say, apparently. I didn't realize that I had that meditation was yoga. You know, it was like, so yoga from a definition online, it is a Hindu theistic philosophy teaching, and it's a body, mind, spirit practice. But the thing is, yoga is really all of life. Yoga is truly merging the individual self with the higher self.
That matches the world.
It is. So it is really, I mean, you could say all of life is yoga, right? And in the West, hence a $16 billion industry, and plus that's since 2016, so I'm sure it's a lot more than that. But yoga is really a lot more than just a physical practice. I mean, it really is. There's 22 different modalities of yoga. So there's all types. There's breath work, there's mudras, which are really using your, you know, you're communicating with the entire universe. There's kriyas, which are sets, which have physical, breath work, all kinds of things in it. So there's all types of yoga. And I think that people have to just open their mind up to really just knowing that all of life is yoga. If you're just expanding your consciousness, you're clearly doing yoga all the time. You are too. I mean, we're all doing yoga at whatever level. So I
heard an interesting description or definition of yoga once, and it was just you go. The only yoga they knew was you go, right? So I think that's, for me, yoga is all about sort of dropping from the human down into the spiritual, so to speak, but it's getting out of your head, right, and living from a place of spirit.
It's so funny because I would think you go be still. Like that's yoga. Like just hold it and breathe, which is really interesting for me because I forget to breathe all the time. And like people say that to me. They go and they're like, "Are you breathing?" I don't know, am I? I guess I forgot in the moment. I've got other things on my mind. I can't breathe right now.
So true.
And it's a good point because it's one of the ways that I will talk to people about meditation. It's like, how many conscious, joyful breaths have you taken your whole life? And you actually think about that question. It's like, I remember when I was first asked that question, it was like maybe 4, and I was like in my 20s.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think, for me at least, a huge part of yoga or meditation is taking conscious, joyful breaths as often as you can.
It's really interesting though because the people that I do know who practice yoga regularly are very grounded typically. They're able to be a very calm mind, they're able to be very present in the conversations, and it really does seem like they have like this higher sense of self. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's really interesting though, because maybe my experience with yoga, dripping sweat, it didn't really resonate with me. And maybe that's because I wasn't one of the, ones that.
Right. And I think that's the thing. People go, well, why do I want to do yoga? Why would I, they're thinking, what's in it? And I think it's really liberation. And that's what, in the definition, and liberation from suffering, liberation from aches and pains, liberation from mental issues. It's really just liberation. So yeah, I think, I agree. I never liked the physical part, because I was like, I'll just go jogging. It's a better workout, right? So for me, it wasn't until I really put it all together years ago, like, oh, this is way more than, it's really a practice of liberating your mind. Yeah.
I want to be liberated.
Right? So let's take a little breath before we go out. Let's take one together. Stay tuned, you guys. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Focus TV studios in West Hollywood. I'm Jez Moyer, host of LA Unscripted and co-host of Good Morning LaLaLand, America's first live streaming daily talk show. And today I have the privilege to announce the latest issue of Focus magazine, and we're calling it the Empowerment Issue. These pages are filled with some of the most amazing personalities that are truly empowering others. On the cover is Ms. Kelly Gores, a filmmaker who's dedicated her work to empowering others to take charge of their own health and wellness and heal. We're also proud to feature Mr. Mark Teschner, a 9-time Emmy Award-winning casting director for General Hospital. I had the honor of interviewing Mr. Teschner at Prospect Studios, where he is empowering some of the most talented personalities in daytime television. It is an honor to feature Ms. Ellen Racketon, a 13-time Emmy Award-winning producer known for her work empowering others through The Oprah Show and now in Red Table Talks. She is a true entertainment mogul, a loving mother, and an absolute empowerista. And speaking of empowerista, the creator of the Empowerista show herself, Ms. Alex Worley. And where can you find an LA dining experience that feels like home? Right in Encino on Ventura Boulevard. I had the honor of interviewing Chef Nigel at Davenport's, where it's good food, good friends, and great family. And Focus magazine readers now have a new morning routine. Bel Air is welcome to Mr. Warren Kalut, aka Chef Warren of Holy Juice, an incredible juice bar right at the Bel Air Glen Center. Also in this issue, Mr. Kim Vo, known as the best blonder in the business. No matter what celebrity he's working with, he always goes back to his roots. A special shout out to Ms. Lillian Garcia, who I had the honor to interview for the previous cover of Focus magazine. Part of her empowering tribe is From Music to Mindset with Arden Kaylin and Greg Sims with a practical goal-setting technique. And Elizabeth Winkler contributed a very empowering piece from Laura Wasser, who is changing the face with divorce because it's over easy. Also featured fellow TV host Ms. Lisa Torres, who's empowering us to live a very high vibe life. And not all heroes wear capes, and we're proud to feature Focus TV family member Ms. Sally Colon, the filmmaker behind Women Like Us documentary. And our travel editor, Ms. Wendy Brokaw, contributed a great piece about a chic hotel in the desert. Empowering us all to crack the code on social media, our friend, Ms. Emily Raber. And it was an honor to celebrate the 45th Annual Daytime Television Awards. It was conscious conversation and red carpets, an epic week of glamour and giving back. I had the honor of interviewing some of the most prominent people and personalities in daytime television. A special thanks to Mr. Kent Speakman and Connect TV for partnering with Good Morning LaLaLand to empower us and entertain us. It's all empowerment in this issue of Focus magazine. We are the only magazine in the country that offers favorite interviews are also available as a podcast on iTunes. I'm Jez Moyer, and for all of the entertainment, enlightenment, and empowerment we share today, don't miss the latest issue of Focus magazine. Live from Los Angeles. Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. It's an incredible honor to be having a conversation around Transformation Tuesday with Francesco Mastalia. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank
Namaste.
you so
Namaste.
much. Namaste.
Happy to be here.
What
What a
is
gorgeous book.
Namaste? What does that mean?
The divine within me bows to the divine within you.
Namaste.
It's the most respectful greeting is that you and I are equal. We share this life together. So it's a beautiful greeting. And that's why they typically say namaste before and after practice. So.
Or namaste all day.
Namaste.
Namaste all
Namaste.
day.
That's right. That's right.
Let's talk about this. Okay, so you're an incredible photographer.
Thank
You have taken and captured the essence of some of the leaders and gurus walking the earth right now. So tell us about that experience for you.
Oh, it's extraordinary and life-changing. To be someone who I had never taken a yoga class before. And I was given this master class from 108 yogis. And it was so beautiful in the sense that from someone who knew nothing about yoga to really find out the true essence of what yoga means. And interesting that when I asked them, how do you define yoga? No one defined it as a physical practice. So diving into that, it was extraordinary. But the book is filled with all of these just uplifting and inspiring stories because I asked them about how your journey in yoga began. And so many people came from, I'll just call it a dark place, or there were traumatic things that they experienced in their lives, that whether it be a death or whether it be addiction, that how they, through the practices of yoga, overcame that.
Francesco, I'm very curious because you mentioned experience with yoga before this. So what was the catalyst? What was the genesis for this project for you then?
Well, I came to this from a visual perspective as a photographer. But what inspired me was seeing yogis do these extraordinary postures. So to me, what I saw was this powerful display of what the human body is capable of. So it was my intention to photograph the beauty and the strength and the grace of the human body. But something that was interesting, I think it was the third or fourth person that I photographed. Someone who has been practicing yoga since the 1970s said, I don't want to be photographed in a yoga posture. I prefer to be photographed in a meditation pose.
Wow.
So, and then I photographed a few more people, someone said the same thing. So what I started to do was I would tell the yogis, I said, I'd like to create a photograph that represents you and your practice. So I let them decide what they wanted to, how they wanted to be photographed. And I was so surprised how many chose to be photographed in a meditation pose.
Interesting. Isn't that kind of some of the controversy around aloe, is that we're representing these perfect bodies, and that's not necessarily the, what we're striving for in yoga per se.
Absolutely. It's not what we can do physically. Yoga is a practice that gets you to look inside, to put you in touch with who you truly are. The thing is, who we truly are not our thoughts. And the part of us that are not our thoughts is peace and happiness and love. If we think about our state when we are children, we are babies, right? We're so peaceful and we're so calm. And all we want to do is love and be loved. So that is our natural state. But as we start to grow older, we'll be told who we should be and what we should do.
Right. So tell me about what that journey was like for you personally as you started incorporating more yoga to your lifestyle.
Well, as you mentioned earlier, I think we all practice yoga. Because yoga, as you said, it's a union of life. The word yoga means union. So it's a matter of bringing every moment into life, just enjoying every moment, like every breath. In fact, we are given 21,600 breaths in a day. How many of them are conscious? That's why the meditation.
Right.
So that's why meditation.
Better than average.
Erin says breathe, and okay.
I know, right?
So, but the breath is our life force. It's the first thing we do when we are born, and it's the last thing we do when we leave this earth. So that's why every breath that we are given is truly a gift of life.
Wow.
So let's talk about some of the masters in here, because what distinguishes your book versus like a Michael O'Neill's book is really the gurus that you shot. And I love that you took some of the, clearly masters, also people like a Sean Corn, who is incredible, who's kind of, people can relate to her because she's not in, a turban.
Yeah.
So talk to us about the people and why you chose them.
Well, there is an array. It goes from the girl next door to 99-year-old Tal Portion Lynch. who is known as the oldest yoga teacher in the world.
She's rad, you guys. You
So
gotta check her out.
she's extraordinary.
99 years
99,
old?
she still practices and teaches.
And she
So what
does
an
some
inspiration.
like different kinds of dances too.
She's a ballroom
and-
dancer.
Yeah,
Her dance partner is 26 years old.
She's my icon. She's my mentor, officially. Yeah.
All of us. She's so inspiring to be around. But I really wanted to show a very diverse group of yogis from all different styles. That's why it was actually a great start point that I never practiced yoga. Because let's say I was an Ashtanga person, I might be a little more biased towards that practice or practitioners from that practice. So I came to it with a very open mind. So it said it wasn't so much I was looking, I was given.
Right.
So
Wow.
I love this. I'm so excited. What would you say was most surprising in this journey for you? What surprised you the most? Meeting the gurus.
Great question.
What surprised me the most? I think it was what my idea of yoga was. Realizing we all practice yoga. We all have those things that we do in our lives where there is nothing else. We are just so engaged in the moment of life, where it's not a thought. It's just a union of everything coming together, and we feel that. It's the most beautiful, powerful moment that we have in our lives. It's like giving the birth of a child, going down a roller coaster. Just anything we do, playing an instrument where we're so engaged, where there's no judgment, we're not. It isn't good or bad, it just is. It's that experience of life without judgment or expectation.
Is that how it's transformed your life?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Living life that way. And I think there was a big shift not only in my work, but in my life, where things started to stop coming from my mind and it all came from my heart. Because this is where the truth is. Coming from this place, it's not good or bad, it just is. It's sort of like what we feel. We have to understand that life is energy. Everything is energy around us. Just because we can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
So what would you say to someone who's trying to make that shift in their life out of their mind and into their heart space?
Well, that's what meditation does. That's what meditation does. It gets you to focus on your breath and start to look inside. And yoga asks you to ask yourself to take a good look in the mirror and say, who am I? It won't give you the answer, but it will ask you to ask yourself. And that's what it is. Who is this person who is seeing through these eyes? Who is this person who is hearing through these ears? Who are we truly? Because we're not our thoughts.
So true. So in LA, you have some great teachers in there, Guru Singh, who's down at Yoga West. We've got, Gurmukh, who now is here forever, but now they're over in Colorado.
Yeah.
I mean, these are, anyone out there that is, realize there's some incredible teachers walking this earth right now.
Oh, absolutely.
And how were you able, because they all went back to New York, and you shot with them in New York,
They
right?
did,
How
yes.
did that work?
I live in the Hudson Valley in Rhinebeck, New York. It started at the Omega Institute, just 10 miles
Great,
from my
great
home.
institute.
So many of the teachers came there, and they were so great. They accept me with open arms, where we will get in touch with whoever you like. And so it started there. But I thought it would take 3 years just to complete the photography for this project, and I finished in 18 months.
Wow.
So I found that self. Like I said, Carlos Santana says, when the molecules are connected, they were so connected. I mean, everything was in such alignment that, and even when I started this project, I thought, do I really want to spend several years working on a topic I know nothing about? But there was an inner voice saying, yes, you do want to do this. And
So fascinating. There's an expression, so all of us here have been models for sort of previous careers. And
Not me, these two.
Including you.
No.
We're including you, Erin. You just accept that and receive that. And what's interesting is there was a quote I heard once which was, every great picture makes a promise that life cannot keep, right? What I love about your work and your pictures is that it challenges that completely. It makes a promise that I think we're all called to live up to, right? And so I guess for me the question is, has your art as a photographer, has that changed at all? Seeing the, sort of these gurus and working on this particular project.
well, what I thought about in doing this project was the quest of the yogi is that inner light. So that's what I wanted to capture. So I thought, how do I do that in a photograph? So when I am taking a photograph, I'm not trying to freeze time. I'm using time as a medium to capture the energy of light and the flow of time and the rhythm of nature.
Wow.
So the exposures range from 5 to 15 seconds long. Now, something interesting about this photographic technique is that it's sensitive to ultraviolet light. Now, we can't see ultraviolet light. It's not visible to the human eye. So my mantra when I photograph is, don't photograph what's there, photograph what's not there. So trying to make something that's invisible, visible. So it's a very different way. What I would say to the yogis is, what will appear on this glass plate is what happens between you and I and what the universe decides to give us. So I wasn't looking for anything. I felt that I was just receiving.
That's so powerful. How do you create that space as an artist and as a photographer to really kind of bridge that magic between you and your subject?
Again, it moves away from being intellectual, and it's all based on feeling. And so I just do what I feel, and I would tell the yogis the same thing. Let's work from a space of here, instead of what we feel is perfect, because what is perfect? How do you define perfect? I can't define it, I don't know what it is. So when an image comes up, because I bring a portable darkroom to do this process, the last step, the image just magically appears. And I know it's the one because I pay attention to how I feel. If I have this very strong feeling, I know that's the one.
Right. This is such a gorgeous book, and I just want to display a few things in here because these images are, I mean, they're profound, they're just gorgeously done, and in a world where photography is a lost art in some ways, just because of all the iPhones and things like that. But I just want to say, where can people get involved? How can they, of course, find the book, but can they get involved beyond just purchasing them?
Oh,
like
absolutely.
yoga studios and things like that?
They can be purchased directly through my website, francescomosteglia.com. The book is available worldwide.
Of course.
So it's sold around the world, which is great. And honestly, I feel it's a life-changing book because I feel I am the messenger for the teachings. And that's what the book is about. And I don't even see it as a book. I see it as a powerful source of energy.
Right.
Again, that is something else where that is the way I see the world now. Everything is energy. We are energy towards each other. A book is energy. The studio has energy. It's all a matter if we start to pay attention to how we feel as opposed to how we think. What starts to fade away is the good, the bad, I like it, I don't like it. It all depends how I feel. And just being able to have an experience, since we're having a human experience, we're not always going to be happy. So we always think that enlightenment has to do with happiness. But like I said, as human beings, we laugh, we cry, we're happy, we're sad. So just being able to experience all those different emotions.
I love that.
That's really freeing, actually.
It is
to
very
release
freeing.
that expectation of being feeling enlightened means being happy.
That's right. Which is
we're
not.
out of time, unfortunately,
No problem.
although we're never out of time. But thank you so much for all your divine
Pleasure to
work.
be
It's
here.
such a pleasure to
Thank
meet
you.
you. And
Thank
it's
you.
incredible community. This is a book that is going to touch the lives of so many people. Profound work. Thank you very much.
Namaste.
Yep, namaste.
Namaste. We'll be back with more on Good Morning La La Land.
Hi everyone, thank you for tuning into This Week in Focus. My name is Victoria Simone, associate producer here at Focus TV Network, America's first live streaming daily talk show network, but you already knew that. And today, I am in the beautiful Los Angeles with my girl,
Jazz Moye, co-host of Good Morning La La Land, coming to you from Bel Air. Absolutely La La Land.
So last week on the Focus TV Network, we had Reshape with Ali Landry, and on that show was Gail Becker.
She is the creator of Cully Power Pizza. It's gluten-free, guilt-free, and absolutely delicious.
We had Soul Reboot with our amazing host, Allison Charles.
And a special guest, Sahara Rose.
We had What's Good, hosted by Amy Paffrath and Justin Walter, and on that show was
Heartbroken Anonymous.
Naz Perez. We had hashtag Harry and Kelly with our amazing hosts Harry Howard and Kelly Russo. And on that show,
Focus TV family member, Ms. Laura Odegaard, host of Millennial
we
Life.
love you. Ms. Jeslyn Moye, who was on Good Morning La La Land.
We were absolutely motivated by Natalie Ellis. She is the creator of The Boss Babe. Yes, she is the OG Boss Babe.
Yes.
We also had Lori Harder, as well as Therese Germain, who's created a new dating and life counseling service called The Compass, really giving us a new direction.
We had Focus TV family, Sally Colon.
She is a filmmaker extraordinaire, female director, producer, and documentarian.
Yes.
And also,
Another Focus TV family member, Tanya Memi.
absolutely living it. And we are so excited to announce the latest issue of the Focus magazine. Gracing the cover is Miss Kelly Gore. She is the filmmaker behind Heel. In these pages, you'll find a great article, Not All Heroes Wear Capes, about Sally Cologne. Also on the cover, Mr. Mark Teschner, 9-time Emmy Award-winning producer, as well as Ms. Ellen Racketon. She served as one of the executive producers on Oprah Winfrey's show for 23 years and has won an enormous 13 Emmys for her creative work.
Thanks so much for tuning in to This Week in Focus. Have a great day, guys. I'm Victoria Simone.
It's going to be a good morning, La La Land. Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. It's so exciting because we are part of the Woke Up This Way Challenge with I Am Fashion Lane. Thank you so much for being here, Elaine.
Thank you for having me.
I'm kind of nervous, so I gotta say, like, I'm a little bit nervous. Can I at least put like a little bit of foundation on or something, like, honestly?
Honestly, when I first came up with this idea, I had to like really sit with myself. I'm like, am I okay with posting this? And I've already like looked at my photo 20 times. I'm like, I can't believe I just posted this. So it's like without eyeliner because I wear so much of it. So, but it's exciting.
Your challenge woke up this way. Wow. Love that picture. By the way, I think you're absolutely beautiful. If I woke up looking that good, I would have posted already.
Thanks. Okay, maybe I should do that. I don't know if I will.
That's like far, so that's like easier. Like I'm thinking
not like
close,
people have been posting like zoomed in shots. I'm like, okay, get it, people. Like people are embracing this challenge.
I love that though because you truly look like you're at such peace with who you are.
Yeah.
You're like, you know what, this is me and I'm being vulnerable about it. And I love that you're just unveiling that on social media. Everybody has this highlight reel that I feel like I can't live up to.
Yeah.
That's why I rarely post.
And honestly, I have to say that we've talked about it, like Instagram, I honestly feel like my life has gotten worse since Instagram came in my life. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like it's a hassle.
I would say statistically that's true.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not gonna lie.
There's a lot of studies about it, and I mean, I think I'm so passionate about this even more because as a blogger, like, it's my job to take photos every day. I'm on my phone every day, I'm on social media every day, and I'm like, and I just know, even with the perfect photos that I take, like, what really goes on behind the scenes of that photo, and so I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. I want to start a conversation because I've talked to, like, hundreds of people leading up to this to tell them to take part, and everyone, blogger or not, just feels the same way about this, I feel. But no one really talks about it.
What do you do then? Because if everybody's trying to maintain their image, maintain their brand, how do you get real and get vulnerable about it?
I mean, hopefully just starting with this campaign, I think just like seeing everyone talking about it and like having just a photo, not to say that you have to post a depressing photo every day, but just like we're all being like, you know what, this is me and I'm real and I have things that I deal with too, and just having that conversation, because I feel like especially with people like Anthony Bourdain and Kate Spade who just like, you know, have come out with like killing themselves, and we're all so confused. We're like, through the media especially, they look like they have the best lives, but like no one talks about it until after the fact, you know? So I wanted to start something before all of that and kind of maybe prevent things from that happening.
I absolutely agree with you. You know, I work as a coach, Erin works as a coach, and part of the challenge that I found is that even when I have the best rapport with clients, it could take 3 weeks, it might take 3 months. In some cases, it's taken a year or 2 years before they actually begin to share what they're thinking and feeling on a real level.
Yeah.
Right? So you must find, do you find it interesting when people are willing to be so open right away?
I think it's great. I think people are maybe more like okay with themselves if they're like that. I think it's a lot harder, but hopefully something like this will be able to make people feel that it is okay to be more open.
I think such a thing I feel like when I have to accept a challenge like this is that I'm not enough as I am, right? People are going to recognize that. Not because my persona is anything fake. I'm showing up and being my best self.
Yeah.
But if I don't show up fully lights, camera, action, eyeliner on, right? What's the world going to think of that? What am I going to think of that? I don't know if I'm okay with it.
Yeah. It's funny because like I have like on my Instagram like this colorful rainbow girl, so like I'm like this kind of persona, and people call me like, oh my god, blogger Lainey's coming out with the way I speak, because like even now I'm even more energetic than maybe I'd be in a normal conversation with a friend, and so it's just interesting. Like, I mean, for me it's maybe like heightened because I have this like fashion lane persona, but I think everyone has this like way that they present themselves in some kind of way to the world, to the public, and especially it's heightened on social media.
Yeah. And I think that it's like anything, that there's universal law and we can use it for good or for bad. You know, just giving gratitude towards Instagram as well. Like it's connected us, it's allowed us to do so many incredible things also, and we have to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
But where is that balance? And I do think that you know, there's a lot of pressure. I can't even imagine what it would be like to be growing up today with the filters and everything, with not finding yourself first and having some kind of grounding in a spiritual practice. I mean, I think this is a major epidemic, quite frankly, and I think that, I just want to say thank you for doing a campaign that we do many campaigns to have people get real.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm so excited about this, and the enthusiasm that I've gotten from so many people has just been like moving. Hopefully this will go viral. It will. It's going to be a crazy epidemic, and I think people are going to become a little more real on a daily basis, kind of, hopefully.
But one of the things I love about your Instagram, your blog, your persona, right, I'm Fashion Light, is that you are so uplifting and you are positive, and just looking at the bright colors makes me so happy. Where are you envisioning going with your brand? What is your message?
So I do want to sprinkle the world with color, and I really think I have become, like, especially in this past year, wanting to be this more motivational person. I have, like, the reason why I started this campaign real quick is I had this moment at Coachella where I say I got woke, where I was running around, had to take the photo by the Ferris wheel that everyone takes, and I was sick with a fever, and I just missed my favorite performer. I was stuck in traffic, and I'm like, all I was thinking about was, I need this photo. And I'm like, there's something wrong in the world. Like, that is what I'm concerned about right now. And so since that moment, like, I was like super like fashion blogger before, like at cafes, taking photos, like the typical thing. And after that moment, I'm like, I want to change who I am as a person, as an influencer, as like a human. Who do I want to be in this world? And I've really worked this past year to be that inspirational person. So it's starting with this campaign, I really feel, but I always do like Monday motivation posts on my Instagram every week. So I'm really just envisioning of wanting to spread this kind of color and vibes and who I am through the Fashion Lead, but like with inspiration and campaigns like this and other things kind of similar to this.
Thank you for being honest about that.
Yeah.
And there's things like, as a woman, I mean, I don't know if you realize, like when you wear makeup every single day, like your face, like, shit when you take off your makeup. I'm not gonna lie. Like, and so like you gotta realize like what we look like with and without makeup is a shocking difference. It's shocking. I'm shocked. I shock myself.
You look in the mirror and you're
I'm like, oh my god, where's my makeup? Like, it's scary. I'm scared myself. Like, it's real.
I do not walk to the market without eyeliner, so for me to even post a photo on it, like the world to see without eyeliner is like terrifying.
But for people who might be watching anywhere in the world outside of Los Angeles, this isn't just an LA thing. It's really about how you feel when you look in the mirror and how you recognize yourself and what you expect to look like. You know, it can be shocking.
Shocking. I'm not gonna lie.
I can't even sympathize that deeply. I'll be honest with you, because I wear makeup for the show, but I guess it'd be like me with a blazer or something. They're like, no, naked here.
All right, Rob, let's admit it. When he calls it riding dirty, right? And so
I know, it's true.
He always shows up like super pressed, polished. He's got the matching accessories. I mean, I've never seen this man not put together. Because God forbid he go to the grocery store and like his gym shorts and his t-shirt, because you know you're gonna run into an ex-girlfriend or somebody who knows somebody who's gonna take a selfie with you.
So true. It's a good point, and that is a great question actually, because there is this sort of like sweet spot, right, between sort of like living your best life and showing up and putting your best foot forward, but also being authentic and like loving yourself the whole time. So how do you work that out? Right?
And even with this campaign, it's like not necessarily just about not wearing makeup. Like, because for guys, like you can, like, to me, like you waking up in the morning, a guy or girl, is like your most authentic self. Like, it's like you wake up and you remember all the things that you're about to deal with in the day, and then you're like, put on your cool blazer, put on your makeup, and you get to like being the person that you are for the world, you know? But when you wake up in the morning, like you're just your person, you know?
But like, not very many people see the way I wake up in the morning, right? I mean, that's a big thing. Like, you spend the night at somebody's, house for the first time, and you're like, oh my God, they're gonna see the way I wake up in the morning. It's a very intimate thing.
Yeah, and so it's like even trying to like get people, like telling them about it. I was like, so how would you feel without like posting like a photo of you waking? And people were like really terrified about it first. It's a very scary, vulnerable thing that people don't want to show. I'm
gonna have to plan out my jammies before
I thought out that shirt. Well, I had to put a little bit of color in the photo.
So tell us how people can get involved. How can they find you?
Yes. So I am Fashion Lane is my Instagram, and you can find the rules and directions that way. And what you do is post a photo of yourself when you wake up in the morning with a little bit about what you're saying about social media, your take on like bringing the realness back is my tagline. Then you tag 3 of your friends to take on the challenge next, because It's a challenge. And then I've gotten Lady Gaga's Born This Way Foundation involved, which I'm super excited about because I love her and I love the foundation. And it's about mental wellness, so about providing a positive, more like well-equipped environment. So we're just telling people, if you don't want to post this photo, you can donate to this foundation. But of course, we're encouraging people to post and donate. Do both. So
Absolutely.
So it's not woke up like this, it's
woke up this way. We ain't Beyonce here. We're going more the Gaga route. Woke up this hashtag woke up this way challenge.
Okay,
so
cool.
if you click on that hashtag on Instagram, you'll see all the posts people have been doing.
Okay, well, kudos to you. Kudos to
you.
anybody taking that challenge. And
Yes.
I'm gonna have
You
to.
guys are gonna do it too.
I'll do it.
I'll do it. I don't know when, but I'll do it. I'll have a whole thumbnail. What's it called? Those highlights. A whole highlight on woke up.
Erin, you can just put one of those like emoticons that's like shocking over it. Yeah. You can't see this, it's too shocking.
You'll have to subscribe. You'll have to subscribe for that one. Just kidding. Okay, great.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Stay tuned, we'll be back with more on Good Morning La La Land.
Welcome to Good Morning La La Land. We are so excited to announce
That Good Morning La La Land is now being featured on Connect TV.
That's right, you can check it out on Apple TV, Roku, iOS, and Android, as well as on the web.
Check us out. We're going to be everywhere, literally.
We are going to believe, connect, and change the world. It's going to be a Good Morning La La Land.
This is Jack. His mother didn't save his childhood artwork.
She just threw it all away like it was garbage.
If only his mother had Archive. Archive is the easiest and fastest way to chronologically store your child's art. Snap a picture, tag it, and store it safely in our cloud. Then share it with friends and family. Even turn it into a calendar, mug, or your very own printed book. Oh, you were gonna make one yourself? Yeah, that's what his mom said. Download the Archive app now and help us save art.
Archive, available now on the App Store.
Hey, Dr. Drew here, and I am on the HEAL Advisory Board. I got involved with this organization because it's the answer to our healthcare problem. Listen to me. You go to urgent care, you go to emergency room, you are paying for all that equipment, all that infrastructure, you're wasting time, you're exposing yourself to sick people. All you gotta do is go to heal.com or get the HEAL app at heal.com, get that HEAL app, and you can have a doctor wherever you are. It's $99 if you don't have insurance, though most insurances cover it. It's the most effective way to get the care you're looking for and the most cost efficient. $99 all in. That's it. And you get a board certified physician to show up wherever you are, your home, your work, whatever it is, 8A to 8P, 7 days a week, including holidays. And that board certified individual, that licensed professional, is going to just be paying attention to you and focusing on you and using his or her judgment to take care of your needs in that moment. Go to HEAL. Check it out. You'll see what I'm saying. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We are so excited. Kaylee Shore, awake. I mean, how perfect is this for the day?
Right.
Woo.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you for being here. So congratulations on your new EP, Awake. We absolutely love it. We heard it at the top of the show. I'm wondering, who inspired or what inspired this song?
Oh, that's a good question. It was a high school ex-boyfriend who called me when I was out at a bar. Shocker. They have a way of doing it. Yes, right? Yeah, and it was my friend's birthday, and he was the last person on earth I expected to hear from. And I remember I texted him, and I was like, hey, like, why was I the person you reached out to? He's like, well, I knew you'd be awake. And I was like, so I go to the bar bathroom, take out my phone, immediately start recording like the melody so I could bring it into my producer, and then I got to play it on the Opry, and I told that story. I was like, this song started in the bathroom of a dive bar, and here we are. So,
I feel like the best songs start that way. You know, really said you were one of the artists to watch. How would you describe you and your vibe?
Yeah, so I grew up in Portland, Maine, and you know, country is definitely predominant up there, but the biggest live music scene they have is pop punk and rock and all that. So I started playing in rock bands when I was 13. And that's my favorite genre of music other than country. And I think that the line between it is so fine between rock and country. Like, I just love good lyric and great guitars, and I think that's what both of them have in common. Right. So I try to bring a little bit of rock and roll to country.
So what does awake mean to you?
The project.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you were awake when he called, but does awake, it has a lot more meaning than that, right? Yes,
absolutely. I mean, the project was where I really felt like I found my sound for the first time, and how I wanted to say it, and who I wanted to, you know, the world to know who I am. And so it was kind of a creative awakening for me. That's why it felt like a really natural title for it. You know, the song comes from a really real place, but, you know, past that, just the title, I mean, I felt like I just had this sudden realization of who I was supposed to be and what I wanted to sound like.
One of the other songs and song titles that I love is Fight Like a Girl.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. And it's all about resilience, which is a personal you know, love of mine. So can you talk to me a little bit about that song and that theme?
Thank you. Yeah, that was the first song that really introduced me to, you know, fans and bands in general, and allowed me to do music for a living. And I couldn't think of a better song to start my career on. I wrote it about, we're going through an interesting time as far as women go in country music. Last year, women made up less than 10% of the Billboard charts. Wow. And a lot of people don't know that, because the women who break through really big. They're the Carrie Underwoods and Miranda Lamberts and Taylor Swifts. And so it seems like there's a lot of women in country, and there are, but just not getting to that top level. And so I wrote the song after hearing some comments that a male radio programmer said, where he said that women are the tomatoes of the country radio salad, men are the lettuce, and we should be thankful to get 15% of radio.
So my dad eats tomato salads.
I like
quite literally. He has no lettuce in his salads. Okay?
Yes, I like raisin salad. So like, you know, mozzarella, tomato. Yeah, no, it's so funny, and it was just so misguided. And you know, truthfully, I just think, you know, I don't even really think it's his fault, but that's the he we're referring to in the song. So me and my friends, Haley Steele, Lena Stone, two of my best girlfriends, you know, wrote this song just kind of saying what we wanted to say, and a song we felt like we'd need to get through a bad day. And ironically, it went on to be my first song at country radio.
Just love it.
What's been the most rewarding part of your journey thus far?
I think Fight Like a Girl has opened a lot of windows or doors with fans, sharing their stories. And you know, I was on XM, the highway, doing a radio interview, and after I finished, they played me this voicemail they got from a woman who was listening overseas while she was in Afghanistan. And she told me that, or she said on the voicemail that she left them, that she listened to Fight Like a Girl every night before she went to bed to give her, like, you know, clarity before she, you know, woke up and fought for our country every day, which is crazy.
I mean, just watching this video right
now.
Right.
Hey!
What I love about you too, just, you know, this is the first time I've met you, and you have this very gentle, soft-spoken, you know, voice.
Thank you.
And yet you have this huge voice out in the world. So I think that Fight Like a Woman, I mean, it's such a profound statement. Like, where's that dance? And where's that dance for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, you're taught from such a young age that Fight Like a Girl is an insult, that to a boy it'd be a bad thing. But when I think of fighting like a girl, I think of my mom beating breast cancer, raising me alone. I think of the woman overseas. I think of, you know, women who've survived domestic violence. I mean, that's what I think of when I think of Fight Like a Girl, not, you know, you know, like not some playground stuff. So.
And you have to, I would imagine, in that category, because I know it hasn't been the easiest journey for you.
Right.
A hot dog stand. And
yeah.
You could talk some about that.
Worked at the hot dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I grew up raised by a single mom. She's the most amazing person I know. But when I moved to Nashville, getting a real job and figuring out how to navigate the entertainment industry with no money was kind of an overwhelming, albatross. And so my first job was at a hot dog stand on Broadway. It has since closed. I tried to go back the other day.
Right there.
I do love hot dogs. I'm a vegetarian now, but vegetarian hot dogs are great too. And yeah, no, so it was a very interesting time, but it gave me a lot of perspective. And I remember thinking, when I'd be really stressed out, I'd have to work till like 4 in the morning. Because it was served the bar scene, so you can imagine the stories I had. And I remember being like, Faith Hill worked at McDonald's, you can do this, dang it.
Grin and bear it.
Yes.
And you did this. I see the guitar right here.
Right?
I'd love it if you could play it.
Yes, absolutely. So I have a new single out called Candy, hence why I wear my little candy skirt. I think it's gumballs or balloons, I'm not sure. It looks like something.
It looks like candy.
Yes, it looks like candy, so. There's 2 things in the world I have a hard time saying no to. One is a boy in a band, and the second is a Snickers bar. So I write a song about both.
I hear you, sister.
Chasing you down like an ice cream truck. Every damn time that my phone lights up, I'll be salivating at the sound of what's up. Yo, what's up? I rationalize a drive by your house. Not on my way, but I guess it is now. I want another taste and I don't care how. No, I don't care how. I know you're not forever, but you're my guilty pleasure. You mess me up, that sugar rush got me addicted. Melt in my mouth, you disappear and make me messy. Mama said you were bad for me, but I didn't listen. Boy, you're delicious. It's too bad you ain't nutritious. When you say my name, it's like candy. When you kiss my lips, it's like candy. You're no good for me. You're like candy. You're like candy. Hey. I'm not proud of my bad behavior. I guess I can't help my human nature. High on that sugar-coated danger, but I like the flavor, like a Sonic cherry lemonade, like a straw dipping in that Coca-Cola concentrate. Savor every minute till the sweetness fades. I know you're not forever, but you're my guilty pleasure. You mess me up, that sugar rush got me addicted. Melt in my mouth, you disappear and make me messy. Mama said you were bad for me, but I didn't listen. Boy, you're delicious. It's too bad you ain't nutritious. When you say my name, it's like candy. When you kiss my lips, it's like candy. You're no good for me, you're like candy. You're like candy. When you say my name, when you kiss my lips, you're no good for me. You're like candy. Hey! You mess me up, that sugar rush got me addicted. Melt in my mouth, you disappear and make me messy. Mama said you were bad for me, but I didn't listen. Boy, you're delicious. It's too bad you ain't nutritious. When you say my name, it's like candy. When you kiss my lips, it's like candy. You're no good for me, you're like candy. You're like candy. Hey.
Oh, thank you, you guys.
Love addiction. I hear it. Wow.
Do you guys want to be my backup singers?
I was totally lip syncing a lot.
No, I love it. Do it.
We've all been there. Woo!
Yes, girl.
So good.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you so much.
You are so wildly talented. What do you love about what you do?
I love getting to meet people and hearing people's stories. I'm such a people person. I'm a morning person. I just can talk anyone's ear off. I get it from my mom. So meet and greet lines are my favorite. I'm like, you stood in line to say hi to me and I just want to be your best friend. They're really fun, you know, just connecting with people and having someone say like, hey, I heard your song and I relate to it. It's just like literally the best feeling in the world.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, that's my new summer single.
very-
That is for
Very talented.
Tell people where
Thank
they
you.
can follow you and get your new song.
Yes, you can follow me at Kaylee Shore on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the good stuff. It's KALIESHORR. And you can get my new project Awake on Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes, all that good stuff. Too.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank
Great.
you.
You're so
Thank
talented.
you.
Really excited.
That was
for you.
so fun. We appreciate you being here.
You guys are
We'll be back
awesome.
with more on Good Morning LaLaLand.
Welcome to Good Morning La La Land. We are so excited to announce
that Good Morning LaLaLand is now being featured on Connect TV.
That's right, you can check it out on Apple TV, Roku, iOS, and Android, as well as on the web.
Check us out. We're going to be everywhere, literally.
We are going to believe, connect, and change the world. It's going to be a Good Morning LaLaLand.
Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. Today the theme has been transformation, and we've been talking to our guest today about what makes them feel most awake or alive. And so I've got to ask, what makes each of you feel most alive in your life?
I think that, you know, just genuine human connection, like I was talking about earlier, feeling like we have a lot more in common than we don't. I think that that makes me feel really, you know, just honed in and just reminded of my purpose.
Candy makes me feel a little bit.
Yes,
And you're singing about candy, even better.
And the Snickers. I don't want to steal her answer here, but I kind of feel the same way, like the connection, like even just being with you guys today and speaking about like my campaign, like and having the vibes and the good energy. I'm like, I feel so awake and I haven't even had a coffee.
Feeling understood.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Well, that's it. It's the energy. It's just really knowing that I can connect to every moment. And that's, to me, the practice of yoga, is being engaged in that. And it's so uplifting because it's a feeling. It's a feeling is what it is. It's that source of energy that we receive from one another that makes being on this planet and being alive worthwhile.
Amen to that.
Amen to that.
I feel so positive. What a great way to start our day.
Right? Yes! This is Good Morning LaLaLand, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Now also available on Apple TV and iTunes. You can listen to all our interviews at the Good Morning LaLaLand podcast on iTunes.
Right? We are waking up the world together. You guys have a divine day. Please like, share, and comment.
It's going to be a Good Morning LaLaLand.
Cheers, you guys.